There are so many great games out right now, but instead of feeling excited about it, I just feel tired. Instead of feeling like I'm standing in front of a buffet of amazing options, I feel like I'm drowning, paralyzed by the thought that whatever I choose, I'm still missing out on something else. I could be playing Clair Obscura Expedition 33, the new turn-based RPG developed by a small team of 33 people featuring the voice talents of Daredevil's Charlie Cox. It's become the frontrunner for Game of the Year as we enter the beginning of the big game season. I watched my friend play through the first 90 minutes on his stream, and it looks incredible. Yet here I am, making this video. I could be playing Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. As an avid fighting game fan who's always respected the series, this revival looks like a super fun return of a long-dormant franchise, and they're hosting some insane tournaments for it. Instead, I'm here, about to tell you why it doesn't matter. I could be playing Blue Prince, a game that looks just right for my roguelike loving ass. Fresh take on one of my favorite subgenres that's got everyone who's tried it hooked. Nope, don't need it. You may have found yourself in a similar situation before. I'm there all the time. A new thing dominates the conversation online, becomes the focus of your nerdy group chats, something you can't escape despite your best efforts. The FOMO hits hard. I'm ashamed to admit I've fallen victim to it many times, even recently. Pal World, Helldivers 2, Chained Together. These lightning-in-a-bottle games come out and take the world by storm, and then are swiftly moved on from as we relentlessly hurtle towards the next new thing. That's not to say I think any of those were bad, but from everything I can tell, Clair Obscura, City of the Wolves, and Blue Prince are actually quality games, deserving of the praise they're getting. So why not check them out? Why spend all this time working on a script and a video when I could just be part of the moment and indulge in that sweet, precious shared experience? Because I know I'm not the only one. I know there are others out here who feel the same exact way, and maybe if I spoke about it, we too could share in that experience in a more productive and healthy way. So let's get into it. Why is there such a need to be part of the moment? Because it feels good to belong. That's the heart of it. When something exciting drops, whether it's Clair Obscura, Blue Prince, or even shows and movies like Sinners and Severance, people rally around it. We are so desperate for community and connection that we can't help it. Memes fly, fan theories pop up, there's this big buzzing energy, and if you're not there, you feel like you're missing something. And for a lot of us, especially those juggling work, bills, relationship, or just other adult responsibilities, that feeling of disconnection hits even harder. We don't want to be left out. We want to be plugged in. So what do? I'm not saying don't buy new games. I'm not even saying don't get hyped. I love getting hyped. It's part of the fun. But what I am saying is, ask yourself, am I genuinely interested in this thing? Or do I just want to be part of the conversation? Because there's a difference between passion and pressure, and too often we confuse the two or let outside forces influence it. I want to get in the habit of asking myself, what kind of experience am I actually looking for right now? Do I want a deep single-player experience that I can dive into and get totally lost in? A quick multiplayer fix? Do I just have 40 minutes to kill and need something fast? And if the answer is ever, I just want to be a part of this, then maybe that connection doesn't have to come from buying the game. Maybe it could just be talking with friends who are playing it, watching someone else stream it, like me at twitch.tv/ParryManilow, enjoying the memes, discussing theories. All of that is still being part of the moment, just on your own terms instead. Not to mention the backlog problem. It's remarkable how many games I start and don't finish. I'm notorious for it. Even if I was to go the cheaper route here and give Game Pass a try for a month to play Clair Obscura, I'd be confronted with my most recent games that were started and barely played, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black and Hi-Fi Rush. Both great games. I was loving them. And yet I barely clocked 2 hours in both because there was always something new to steal me away. But that's the thing. Those games were new to me. I had missed out on them initially because I didn't have an Xbox when they released, and here I was ready to experience them for the first time. But then I got caught up in the FOMO again and left them by the wayside. And here's the angle that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. How quickly these games go on sale. You ever notice how fast prices drop? I can't tell you how many times I've paid full price, $60, sometimes even $70, only to see that same game hit 30% off on Steam or PlayStation or whatever 2 weeks later. Sometimes even sooner. And these days, with how competitive pricing has become, it's not even about waiting months, it's weeks sometimes. You're not paying for the game, you're paying for the timing, for the right to say, I was there when this dropped. And sure, sometimes that's worth it, especially as a content creator. But if you're trying to be financially conscious, or if you're like me and already have a mountain of a backlog that could bury you, waiting can be a win-win. You save money, you dodge the early bugs, you might even get some extra content bundled in with it. The day one version of a game is rarely the best version of a game, so why rush? It's okay to miss out. So yeah, there's too much good shit right now. And lately, instead of getting caught up in the hype, I just feel tired. But I'm learning to be okay with that. Not everything has to be consumed the minute it drops. Not every trend has to be hopped on, even though you're often rewarded for it as a content creator. There's joy in discovering something late. There's comfort in taking your time. Hell, I didn't even get into Metal Gear until Phantom Pain came out, and One Piece until the end of Wano, and yet now they're two of my favorite series of all time. There's value in choosing what actually fits your life, not what fits the hype cycle. I could have been playing any one of those new games right now, but I'm glad I made this video instead. Now, time to get back to playing Clair Obscura. That wraps up this one. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like, sub, and comment. It helps out greatly. I'll do more of these if you like them. Okay, thanks. See you in the next one.